So I've wanted to make this video for a while now, and with this current situation, it's probably about time. If you guys are watching this video right now, you probably went to some form of school when you were like 5, 6 years old. That's when you started. And as a kid, you make lots of new friendships at school, you learn new things, and that's supposed to be what happens. And regardless of what you think about, homeworks, the cafeteria food and stuff, you expect to not get mistreated there, especially if you haven't done anything bad. But this isn't always the case. When I first started school, it was, fairly normal. I might have been like incredibly shy on the first day, away from home, but the rest of the first year of school was, relatively fine, normal, nothing too troublesome. It was like, the typical, behavior, like report occasionally, just normal stuff. For the most part of elementary school, it was basically like that. Not too many abnormalities. Things were going quite well. I was getting good grades. For the most part, that's normal, right? But as, elementary school continued, it was like the end of the year. That's when, middle school's coming soon. You're like expecting to get like a whole bunch of new work. At least the teachers tell you that. And as a result, to prepare for all this like coursework and increase, my parents, enrolled me in a whole bunch of outside of school activities. And a lot of them I didn't really have a say in, but I was like, middle school students might as well prepare now. So I thought everyone was going to be taking it like this, right? A different like school in the next school year, might as well like, prepare for the increased workload now. But no, they were like talking about, playing games outside of class, chilling with each other, having like some social time and stuff. And I was kind of confused. I was still convinced that what I was doing, the academics and stuff outside of class, outside of school stuff, I felt like that was the best choice. So I continued doing that. Pretty reasonable if you ask me. But when middle school finally came around, I thought I was prepared for this stuff. I experienced all this outside of school activities, all these classes. So I was like, middle school shouldn't be too different. But holy crap, it was like way different. All the people were interested in like, social stuff. Coursework was not that much of a jump from elementary school. And all those like significantly more work. I'm not sure if it was because it was the beginning of the year, but it wasn't significantly more, at least like how I felt like it wasn't. So by the time we had to do a group project in middle school, a lot of people already like, made friends with the new people from like all the other elementary schools that feed into the middle school. And I didn't really care that much about that stuff. I was like, social stuff's a bunch of bogus. It's gonna be academics. That's what the teachers told us. So I was like, whoever doesn't have a partner, I might as well work with them. So like the group project thing worked for the first like few times. But then I was like, I kind of want to have like people in all my classes that I can work with. Because, you don't have the same people in all the classes in middle school. So I tried to like fit in with other people, learn like what's popular, what's trending and stuff. But I felt like it was really awkward, kind of cringe as well, and it was just something I wasn't really interested in. So eventually, as the year progressed, people just started seeing me negatively. Like, I don't know if it was like something minor I did or something like that, because I didn't really get into much trouble. I was like trying to like fit in, doing like the same things other people did, and I just like, why would, people see somebody just try-harding academics be bad? But all this, like, negativity was starting to eat at, like, my mental health a little bit. I didn't notice it at the time, but now, looking back at it, definitely. So, obviously at the time I was like, this is just some minor, like, people probably making fun of me. It's gonna blow away after the school year. Next school year, after the summer, people are gonna be excited to come back, maybe. People haven't seen each other in a long time. But I had no idea that instead of people, like, classmates being mean to me, of anyone, it was going to be a teacher. So at the start of the following year, I had a teacher that would essentially taunt me in a way. I had this feeling because, like, in a few classes, she'd, like, kind of talk down at me. It was like, it felt very condescending, and I was like, why is this teacher just acting like this? And it started out very small. Like, it was just like maybe here and there as a joke. But then the frequency increased, and the level also increased as well. And eventually it would just become so bad we'd have chaos in the classroom, and it would just become such a big mess, consequences handed out left and right. And I wanted to talk about this to somebody, but I was like, the teacher's just gonna keep on doing this if I try to even say, maybe they'd like bump it up or something. So it was like, you know, a situation where like I felt fear. I was afraid to talk to the teacher because I felt like she'd just like make things worse for me. So you might be wondering why I didn't talk to any of like the principals or anyone like that. And I was thinking like the same way. The teacher was gonna do something, they might tell the principals to do that. Maybe the principals would do something bad towards me, because occasionally when I, you know, did try to like take matters into my own hands and like when it didn't work, try to like get the teachers to get involved, it didn't go so well. So I kind of lost trust in the whole system. And yeah, just I felt like everyone was out there to just start coming to like spread bad information about me, because I couldn't really fully trust even the people that were closer to me and like saw me as like someone that knew things in other fields like technology and stuff. So I was left with one option left, and that was to get my parents involved. So I kind of waited until like it would get super duper bad, which then, you know, obviously, you know, when you get in trouble at school, your parents sometimes get notified. In this case, they got an email and they figured out what was going on at school, arranged a meeting with me and the teacher, and we tried to get things resolved. And for the most part, it kind of worked. But what had already happened was all the like negativity had already gone to me, and all the trust I had is just pretty much gone at this point. But I had some hope left in me that, you know, a school year later, it might get better. A new teacher, but I got a teacher that, you know, was relatively close with the teacher I had the previous year. And the teacher at the beginning of the year would kind of make fun of me. The other people in the class would be, you know, like be supportive of that, I guess you could say that way. Because they, you know, just kept on doing that for the rest of the year. And I had no idea what or why, like, led to the other teacher to cause, you know, all this trouble. So this year, the class was smaller than, you know, and obviously being exposed to the teacher that told them about me, they, like, stuck with the teacher's opinions rather than giving me another shot. So a few people in the class, you know, they were willing to tolerate me. So I was able to work with them in, like, group projects. So it wasn't, like, the end of the world. But, you know, with like every class having like a discussion where I would like say my unique like perspective on it, they would make fun of me for having this unique perspective. I just started to feel left out. And there was like no way to reverse this, I felt like. Because the entire, like the vast majority of people were already against me, and I just wanted things to change, but nothing ended up changing. So the second half of that year, things got so bad, I was, you know, thinking in my mind, and even saying it occasionally, I don't even know if I would make it past this school year. And I don't think anyone really picked up on the message, or maybe they did, and I just never noticed any changes. But eventually all this negativity spread to other classes, other grade levels, other students, and yeah, it got so bad at the end of the year, I had like a violent mental breakdown, which obviously, you know, led to the principals and counselors getting involved, which I fully went all out. I was not holding it back anymore. I just went all out with those beliefs, and luckily it was just like, you know, a week from school being an out, kind of. So I was like, you know, only had to force to deal with this for like a week. I told him to, you know, kind of just like let me be by myself for a day to like experience it. And it turns out I actually kind of enjoyed being by myself that day. There wasn't anyone making fun of me. It was a nice way to just like, you know, feel something different. Feel something better than, you know, what was going on, even if it wasn't in the best optimal place. And by the end of that year, I just like, you know, had it all. I completely broken down. I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing, especially like, you know, the next school year and stuff. But while all this was happening, like in my free time, I discovered Roblox with a few of my like friends that I actually could still like semi-trust. And we started playing Roblox like, you know, in our free time. And I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was something new, something to like take my mind away from all the bad stuff going on. So one day I discovered a game called Lumber Tycoon 2. And this was at the same time all that bad stuff was going on. And it had like a welcoming community. I decided to join, and we would like play together. And it felt great. Outside of school, that was. And over the summer, a whole bunch of events happened that would lead me to start a secret project. So what I would do was, like the game got an update, and I built something cool in there. I uploaded the video to YouTube, and it got a crazy amount of views. People seemed to like it, they wanted more. And yeah, I think you guys know what the secret project is. And the reason why I say it was secret is because I didn't want people at school to know that I was gonna start a YouTube channel. Like, it was gonna be, if I blew up on YouTube, let them just, unexpectedly figure it out. If nothing really happens, just let it, not really exist. So at that point, I really, didn't have anything much to lose. So I was just, might as well upload some video of me playing Lumber Tycoon 2 every single day. Eventually I'd get 1,000, then 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 plus subscribers. And around that time, somebody at school found out about my channel, and that person told the teacher, and the teacher started asking me. I was like, how in the world did someone find out? That means this might actually be working, the secret plan I had. So I noticed that with even 4,000 subscribers, when people were seeing this, they were really impressed. And I was like, if my channel does end up blowing up one day, they would be in for a huge surprise. And when Jailbreak came out, and over the summer when I made Jailbreak videos, it definitely did blow up. So I first started seeing an increase in subscriber count. I gained 500 subscribers in a day. Then I saw it happen another day, and another day as well. I was like, yup, we've done it. We're starting to take off here. So I was like, this isn't just the reason to tell my parents I can play video games all day now. But I realized that it might actually, give me that one restart after the summer that I just so desperately wanted. And so the next school year happened, and it gave me something that I will truly never forget. So we had a free time in the middle of a class, and somebody decides to bring up my channel. And they see 70,000 subscribers or something like that. This was a few months before I hit 100,000. And they were like, holy crap, this guy got 70,000 subs on YouTube, and they start sharing with the class. And the class had some people that, used to treat me really poorly, and people were just completely blown away, even those people. I was like, I don't even know the last time I saw something crazy like that happen, especially when it was something I made as well. And the day after I hit 100,000, people came back from the weekend and was like, where's the silver play button? It just felt so nice seeing people in person start to support me. Because prior to this, it was all online. And in addition to this, it wasn't just the people that saw my channel and I didn't know prior to this. It was the people that had the negative thoughts about me as well. They were like, I should probably start supporting this guy. So, the next school year, this truly blows me away to this day still. People in my class start talking about my channel because, it's the first day we're doing introductions. And then the teacher is like, wait, seriously? And then some kid shows it on their phone, and the teacher just completely gets the surprise Pikachu face, I guess. Yeah, people thought it was a joke at first, and then they see it and we're like, wow. And we spend the next 30 minutes or so talking about it. And I was honestly impressed that it was something I made, something I spent the past 2 years at this point on, and people were actually impressed with it. I mean, considering what happened to me prior to that, I was like, this channel's probably gonna flop and people are gonna make fun of me for having a flop or something. But this was the outcome that I was just like, it might happen, 1 in a million chance it would happen, but somehow it did. And I'm just so incredibly, thankful to everyone that's, supporting me right now. Whether it be students, teachers, counselors, you guys, everyone. Because I know there's way too many people out there that face this at school. This is a huge problem, all this bullying and stuff, whether it be from students, whether it be from teachers, whether it be from anyone, period. So I wanted to share this story with you right now to let you guys know you guys aren't alone. This stuff, it definitely damages mental health. I'm still recovering from it. It's already left a huge scar in me, and it's just worse the earlier it happens on in your life, because you're just so innocent at a young age, and all this stuff just suddenly happens to you, and it's just so it's just so painful, man. If you guys need help, please don't be afraid to reach out. I thought it was something light at first, and it turned out to be way worse than it was, and I went through it all. And trust me, if somebody would have given me help or something like that, I would have easily taken it. But right now, how schools are all online and stuff, you guys getting bullied are probably at home, away from the people that are bullying you. I'm not sure exactly how you feel, but I feel it's a relief that, the bullies don't pick on you now. And I really hope that, to all those people that are bullying people at school, I hope you take this time where everyone's in isolation to acknowledge that we gotta work together. We shouldn't tear each other apart from our differences. you know, just because, you know, I believe something different than you do, or I have a different skin color than you, or something like that, doesn't mean that you should make fun of them. Because when we respect each other's differences, we get great things done. I'm honestly, like, I don't know how to, like, you know, give back. Because, you know, you guys have just transformed my life in, like, ways I never imagined before. It's been, like, incredible, like, coming up on 4 years now. I'm honestly, like, you know, shook that this channel even took off this way. And what I want to do, most importantly, is to give back to you guys in some way, shape, or form. And I know it's tough right now inside of my quarantine. I definitely want to help you guys out in any way I can that, you know, if you're experiencing all this, like, pain in your life, it's something that nobody should go through. And even if I dislike you, I don't want you to go through this stuff. If there's one thing you learn from this video, just do something you enjoy doing. Because one day you'll become successful in your field. And other people will respect you. Even those that thought it was funny or cool to make fun of you back then.